in the Steel City. Is everybody ready to go? It's proclaim the greatest radio show.
Welcome, fans, to another episode of The Spread. I'm your host, Jim Sella, here with Jay Dash. Moving along with our camp battles, we're going to talk about the running backs today. Not really much to talk about as far as position battling for the number one spot. We all know it's going to be Lev Bell. The biggest question with him is he going to be doing it on a franchise tag, or is he going to be doing it with a long-term deal? The real question, Dash, who is the number two back in Pittsburgh now that they did not re-sign D'Angelo Williams?
Well, James Conner.
Well, Conner's hurt right now. He's missed a lot of time with hamstring issues. Do you think that hurts his chance at solidifying that number two spot right away?
Not necessarily. They still have Now Davis out there, right?
Yeah, they have Now Davis, Fitz Toussaint, and then some jabronis. They got Brandon Brown-Dukes, Trey Williams, and Terrell Watson. Nobody that's going to make a difference.
I mean, as long as he can get up to game speed by the time the season starts, and, I mean, he doesn't even have to be healthy to learn the playbook, so as long as he gets up to game speed, I'd have to believe he's going to be the number two.
You don't think there's any chance Now Davis can push for that spot early, seeing that he's a veteran in the NFL and, also in there playing right now?
I like Now Davis in the past as a backup for Jamal Charles, and when he'd go down, Now Davis would step in and have a pretty good season or whatever. But it's not the same Now Davis anymore, I don't think. I think he's going to be pretty limited in the Steelers' offense this season. I don't see him getting that many touches, man, to tell you the truth.
What about a kick return? You think Now Davis can lock that down? Because the Steelers have really struggled to find a good kick returner in the last few years.
And I'm not going to say he's going to be a good kick returner, but I think that's why he is here, and they're going to give him a shot at that for sure.
Now, what about Fitz Toussaint? I mean, you're probably only going to keep three running backs here. Obviously, it's going to be Bell and Conner. You didn't draft Conner that high to cut him. Now Davis is kind of like, I don't want to call him a reclamation project, but, he's had his moments, but never really sustained excellence in the NFL. Fitz Toussaint fumbled away the Steelers' season 2 years ago in the playoffs, so fans jumped on him for that. I'm not literally blaming him for the entire loss, but you know what I mean. So who makes it? Is it going to be Now Davis? Is it going to be Fitz Toussaint? Is there even a battle between those two in your mind?
Yeah, I would say so. We'll have to see what Now Davis looks like, man. I mean, it's been a long time since he was a good running back and he actually produced in the NFL. And I'm not saying he's definitely going to get cut or anything, but he's definitely not the same player. So I think Toussaint has a chance to beat him out for the role. So, but I think it will be Now Davis.
Yeah, I don't want to hate on Fitz Toussaint. I mean, he's a worker back there. He puts it in. He tries hard. He's one of those guys. He just really doesn't have a niche in the NFL. And if you're going to be a backup, you have to be able to do other things. And they tried him out at kick return a little bit over the last 2 years. He's really had, mediocre success, I guess I would call it. I think I see him sometimes on like the punt coverage and kick coverage teams. So I'm pretty sure he's willing to go and stick his neck out that way and play on special teams. But there's really just nothing that this guy really does well. Now, Davis, on the other hand, it's been a while since he's had sustained success, like you said, but also he does excel in the kick return game. He did pretty well with the limited chances that he had last year in the kick return game, even though he bounced around to, I think, 3 different teams in like a 3-week span or a 5-week span, something like that. He definitely offers more to this team than Toussaint does, at least in my view. And, I mean, really, both guys are third stringers at best anyway. So it's not like I'm saying one of these guys are going to step up and start or something if Le'Veon's hurt. You're really going to have to rely on James Conner in that instance. But I'm probably going to take Davis over Toussaint as of right now. And, just like you said, you're going to have to wait and see. But if you showed me both these guys on paper and said, pick one right now, I'm picking Now Davis over Toussaint every time.
Yeah, I would too. And I think it's going to be him just because, I mean, you got Le'Veon Bell as your starter, and then you got a rookie as your backup, so you want to have that veteran presence as well. And Toussaint, while he's not a rookie or anything anymore, he's not a veteran to me. He's not a guy that's been around, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, he's been there a few years, but he hasn't had enough reps to really be considered a veteran in my in my mind. What about Lev Bell? Is he going to be playing this year on the franchise tag? Do you think the Steelers give him a long-term deal? And if they don't give him a long-term deal, any chance he holds out? Because some people were starting to say that it's possible.
I mean, wouldn't he want a franchise tag? You're going to get paid a ton of money. You're going to get paid more money this season if you have the franchise tag. And if he believes in himself, you'd want more money this year and then get the long-term contract if it's with the Steelers or not next season, right? I don't know. I guess players hate the franchise tag, but you're getting paid a ton of money, man.
Yeah, the franchise tag for him will be a little over $12 million. You got to think that's probably somewhere around half of what his signing bonus would be if he would sign a long-term deal. You think the signing bonus is somewhere going to be around $25-30 million at max. I mean, I think Antonio Brown only got somewhere around 19 guaranteed. So the Steelers don't like to just throw away money. So in Le'Veon's case, I might take the franchise tag. Next year, if they try to franchise him again, it's a 20% raise over that $12 million, or it's going to be a long-term deal. With the first year of that deal, you're going to have leverage where you could say, hey, if you're going to pay me 20% more than $12 million in the first year of this long-term deal, I want to make that much money, whether it's through signing bonus or, salary for the season. But it still gives Le'Veon a lot of leverage in the negotiations, and I think he'd be stupid if he didn't go in and play on the franchise tag. I'm not saying he shouldn't take a long-term deal if it's the right deal. I'm just saying if I'm Le'Veon, I'm not holding out. That almost never works out for the player.
Yeah, and really, I don't care, man. He's a Steeler this season. That's all that really matters to me in football. It's not like baseball where I can look ahead a little bit. Football, man, I mean, this guy's never even finished the season yet. So let's see him finish strong, and then we'll see what happens.
If you're Kevin Colbert, are you franchise tagging him or sticking him with a long-term deal?
I'm tagging him.
Just play it out one more year.
Yeah, I think so, man. Like I said, he hasn't. What's he played? One playoff game so far in his career?
2.5.
2.5.
Well, 2.25. He didn't necessarily play half of the Patriots game.
He's missed some regular season time due to injury and suspension. So I mean, and it's football, man. Dudes are done like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially running backs. Their shelf life is on average 2 to 3 years, I believe. It's obviously not everybody, but
an NFL career is like 2-point-some years, but that's with all the bums included that just get cut.
Yeah, believe it. All those jamokes like Sammy Coates.
Believe it.
Well, that's it as far as the running backs go, Dash. There's only a few of them, not too much to talk about. Trey Williams, Terrell Watson, Brandon Brown-Dukes. They're pretty much guys you'll see in the preseason. Oh, the last question I wanted to ask you, I forgot. If you're the Steelers, are you going Adrian Peterson style with Le'Veon and sitting him for the whole preseason?
I give him 1 carry per game.
Suit him up just to trot him out there for the first play of the game and then make him go sit on the bench.
Believe it.
I'd probably not even play him, honestly. What the hell is the preseason even worth anymore? It's stupid. The one good thing is they got rid of the first cut down, so they don't cut from 90 to 75 and then 75 to 53 anymore. They just start at 90, and then whenever they would have to cut the 53, they just axe everybody at once.
That's pretty crazy.
But that means you're going to see a lot more backups in that last preseason game than you already do. So
probably all preseason.
Yeah, look for teams with established starters such as Antonio Brown, Ben Roethlisberger, Le'Veon. Yeah, players like that. You probably won't see much in the preseason for any team anymore.
I tell you what, though, man, the Steelers are slow starters a lot of the time. They're strong. They're the strongest finishers there are, but they have some slow starts every now and again.
Yeah, they struggle in openers with Tomlin. I don't know his record off the top of my head, but I don't believe it's over 500 in our season openers, so I definitely agree with you there. But again, get those guys in, maybe get a few reps, even if it's just the third preseason game. So I'd sit them for every game except for that third game. Let them play a half.
Yeah, could do that.
I'd rather see them play like a whole half together in one game than like 2 series per game. You know what I mean? I feel like You're going out there for 2 series. What the hell kind of chemistry are you really building? Nothing. You're getting 1 pass thrown to you or 3 runs or, But that's it, fans. Questions, comments, hit us up on Twitter at bet_the_spread. Hit me up on Twitter at betjimthewin. Check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/betthespread. Go check out all our other Camp Battle episodes. They're all great listens. Keep coming back to YouTube. Click subscribe. Send it to your friends. Steelers season, not that far away, man.